Number of Premier League stars are set to be available for free when their contracts expire at the end of the season. Some players who had been due to be free agents, like Manchester United's Nemanja Matic, have recently seen their deals extended. But there remain several top talents set to be available later this year. Liverpool's Adam Lallana and Manchester City club captain David Silva are just two of the notable names that will be looking for new clubs, when either their contracts expire on June 30 or the season eventually reaches its post-coronavirus climax. With so many big players to choose from, Mirror Football has selected its best 11 of players who are out of contract this season. We've gone for 4-5-1 formation, featuring plenty of midfield craft and World Cup winner leading the line. Willy Caballero, Chelsea. Willy Caballero is one of number of experienced goalkeepers available at the end of the season, with Joe Hart and Tottenham's Michel Verme also among those out of contract. The Argentine, 38, has long established himself as one of the Premier League's most reliable back-up goalkeepers during spells with Manchester City and now Chelsea. Caballero even recently replaced Kepa Arrizabalaga as the Blues' first-choice stopper for 4 Premier League games after series of poor performances from the latter, only for the Spaniard to reclaim his spot. Nathaniel Clyne, Liverpool. Once considered one of England's best right-backs, Nathaniel Clyne has become something of a forgotten man at Liverpool. The 28-year-old has struggled with injuries in recent years and has not featured during the current campaign after suffering serious anterior cruciate ligament injury during pre-season. With Trent Alexander-Arnold also firmly establishing himself as the Reds' starting right-back, Clyne is expected to leave Anfield at the end of the season. Wes Morgan, Leicester City. The man who lifted the Premier League title at the end of Leicester City's fairytale success. Captain Morgan has spent more time on the sidelines than he would have liked again this season. Having seen Caglar Soyuncu and Johnny Evans produce an excellent partnership at the heart of the Foxes' defence, Morgan, 36, could well be offered coaching role at the King Power Stadium, but he may want to take up playing offers elsewhere. Jan Vertonghen, Tottenham. Many clubs are bound to be keeping close eye on Jan Vertonghen's current contract situation at Tottenham. The Belgian centre-back has become one of North London club's most reliable players since joining from Ajax in 2012. Spurs are understood to be keen to tie Vertonghen down to new contract following Toby Alderweireld's extension earlier this season, but they have yet to reach an agreement with the 32-year-old. Despite the uncertainty over his future, Vertonghen has still made 26 appearances for Jose Mourinho's side this season but has featured with increasing irregularity in the last few months. Christian Fuchs, Leicester City. Christian Fuchs joined Leicester at the start of the 2015-2016 campaign and played big part in their famous Premier League title triumph the same year. The former Schalke left-back, 33, has gone on to make 133 appearances for the Foxes, but the performances of Ben Chilwell have seen him take reduced role in recent seasons. However, the Austrian has still played 14 times for Brendan Rodgers' side this season and has shown that he can also operate as centre-back. Adam Lallana, Liverpool. Adam Lallana is another player who looks almost certain to be free agent at the end of the season, bringing an end to his 6-year stay at Anfield. Despite struggling with number of injury problems, the England international has become an important member of Jurgen Klopp's squad since his move from Southampton in 2014 and has played 22 times this season. The 31-year-old is already understood to be attracting interest from number of Premier League clubs, with Leicester among those thought to be monitoring him. David Silva, Manchester City. Silva confirmed in June that the 2019-2020 campaign would be his last with Man City after decade at the Etihad Stadium. Since arriving from Valencia in 2010, the Spanish playmaker has established himself as Premier League great and has played key role in City's rise to one of the leading clubs in Europe. In addition to making over 400 appearances, the 32-year-old's time in Manchester has also brought 4 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cup wins and 5 League Cup triumphs. Willian, Chelsea. The versatile Brazilian is another player who can expect to attract significant interest if he finds himself without club during the summer. Usually operating out wide, Willian continues to be an important member of the Chelsea first team and has put in series of impressive displays for Frank Lampard's side this season, providing 7 goals and 6 assists in 37 appearances. The 31-year-old is understood to be keen on staying at Stamford Bridge, but has yet to be any sign of new deal being agreed. Ryan Fraser, Bournemouth. Despite slow start to life with Bournemouth, Fraser has established himself as one of the most prominent attacking threats in Eddie Howe's side. The 26-year-old has played 208 games for the Cherries and has frequently troubled number of defenders with his pace and trickery. The Scotland star particularly stood out in the 2018-19 Premier League campaign, which saw him register 7 goals and 14 assists. Pedro, Chelsea. With the depth of wide options available to Chelsea boss Lampard, opportunities have been difficult for Pedro to come across this season. The former Barcelona man has been rarely used in the Premier League, with most of his 18 appearances coming in other competitions. However, player with the caliber, experience and technique of the 32-year-old would be sure to make good addition for many teams. Olivier Giroud, Chelsea. He may not have featured regularly for the Blues this season, but the Frenchman is proven goalscorer over long career in the Premier League. After finding the net 105 times in all competitions in his 5.5 years at Arsenal, he has continued to contribute goals at Stamford Bridge and played an important role in last season's Europa League triumph. The World Cup winner had been expected to leave during January but stayed put after Lampard was unable to find replacement. And the 33-year-old has started the Blues' last 3 Premier League games, scoring twice, in the absence of Tammy Abraham.